Welcome to the Coop with Kit. My name is Kit Hoover, and I have been lucky enough in my 30 years in this business to interview some of the most iconic, badass women out there. We all know that girlfriends give the best advice, and they're all coming to the Coop. We're talking career, marriage, kids, sex, aging, all of it. I truly believe we are just hitting our stride. All right, my chickens, let's get into it. We are thrilled to have Uzo Aduba in the Coop today, known for her unforgettable role, of course, as Suzanne Crazy Eyes Warren on Orange is the New Black. Uzo's journey has been every bit as powerful as her performances. Her name means the road is good, and it perfectly reflects her story, a journey marked by resilience, talent, and the influence of her mother's unwavering strength. Today, she shares insights from her new book, which dives into her experiences growing up as a Nigerian-American in a predominantly white Boston suburb. She shares how she almost quit acting before that fateful Netflix day and the lessons her mother instilled in her. Uzo's story is awesome because it reminds us while the road may be tough, it's absolutely worth it, and it's completely filled with joy. Here's Uzo. Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? I love your sweater, by the way. East Coast.
I wore this for you. Can't believe your childhood grew up in Massachusetts. We're going to get into all that. But I was like, I'm going to put this on for my friend Uzo, my little East Coast friend.
Yeah.
And let's just brag about you right now. You're on this massive tour that you had to do this interview in your car. Where are you on the way to right now, Uzo?
I'm actually on my way to the Home Depot because I need to go get a pumpkin carving kit for the Halloween little kitties party that we're having tomorrow. We're carving pumpkins.
This is my favorite thing.
And what I'm learning is that mamas, they get things done, when they got to go and get something done, you got to make it happen,
Uzo, you just became our most relatable guest so far we've had on. The fact that you're outside Home Depot right now, that is greatness right there. I am not kidding. That is multitasking at its finest that we can all relate to. Oh my gosh. Well, Uzo, we always start the podcast with, give me one word to describe where you are in your life right now.
If I had one word to describe where I am in my life right now, it would be joy.
Oh,
It would be joy. And, the reason why I would choose that word is because life has so many different waves and turns and trips that it can take you on. And, if I could say one thing that I definitively know this experience has given me, being able to look back at it has brought me so much joy because it has brought so many central main characters in my life back to life with such freshness and celebration and excitement that it has brought joy, true joy back into my life.
Have you always been joyful, as a little girl and just your essence? I sort of feel like that's in you.
Yes, I was always optimistic. My mom, she would always say, you want to always keep a positive outlook, positive attitude, an optimistic outlook on something. And so I've always believed things are possible that probably sound ridiculous, but I've always had that. And that has always brought me joy because it's kept me excited, with everything that I encounter and pursue. When I hear great things happening for my friends, it just gets me real jazzed.
I love thinking about your childhood and your trajectory and where you've ended up. What was it like for you growing up in Massachusetts?
It was a mix. It was a quiet community, small town. There's super 6 stoplights in my hometown. Very, very connected community, but it was also mixed with feeling at times really alone and I didn't know where I fit in. I didn't see a lot of myself outside of my house in the community. It was rich, rich, rich with love. My parents didn't have a lot, but they had so much love. My mom had so much love in particular to give to me and my siblings, and they were always encouraging us to go for life, to reach out and try and figure out and grab whatever it was that our American dream was. My family's from Nigeria. So It was always this really thirst-filled appetite for going as far and as hard as you possibly can after your dreams.
My mom always says, life is not a dress rehearsal. And I heard that my whole life. She sounds a lot like your mom. But for you growing up, not seeing any representation, what was the hardest part of that?
The hardest part of that was sometimes finding a model for a like an example to sort of laser in on and use that to create a path for myself. So that could be challenging at times. And then also sometimes it would be hard to find moments of relationship, things to relate over with friends who maybe weren't having similar experiences with your hair or, living in the world. Those could be some of the real hard parts. Just
Yeah,
figuring
like
out.
elementary school, Uzo. Like, what was elementary school? First of all, your beautiful name alone. Like, Kit is a weird name and everything rhymes with it. I was thinking, oh my gosh, what about my friend Uzo? Like, what was elementary school like for you?
Uzo does not rhyme with much. I was like trying to think of it. Like
I was trying
Uzo,
to come on.
Buzo, Bopuzo,
Uzo,
banana, banana.
Beluzo,
Yeah.
banana banaful fama.
Having a name that was nobody had, it was really difficult. People wanted me to fit into their smaller box, to be smaller, to change my name. And I wanted to do that myself, frankly. It was kind of figuring out how to fit in where I was because, even with my name, it was nobody knew how to say it right. Nobody knew what it meant. It was really complicated for most teachers and classmates to fit in their mouths, which makes you stand out. When you're a kid, you just want to fit in. You don't want to really
Totally.
stand out at all. So, I one time tried to get my mom. I asked her if she could call me Zoe, and she was like, absolutely not. She was like, if they can learn to say Tchaikovsky and just they have to. And Michelangelo, they can learn to say Ozamaka, things like that. My gap, I wanted that closed because everybody was getting braces at the time. And my mom would tell me every day that, don't you know that a gap is a sign of beauty in Nigeria, where we're from? And I was like, but we live in Boston, Massachusetts, we don't live there. Why are you torturing me this way? But honestly, it was the best thing that couldn't happen to me. My mom's insistence that we embrace who
Huh?
we are, because I couldn't imagine today being called anything other than Uzo or Uzamaka. That
No, but
it would take away so much of who I am.
oh, all of it. What does your name mean?
My name means the road is good. And that means it has a little bit more depth to it. It's like, it means the journey was worth it. It was hard, but it was worth it. And so if you came to my house and we're scheduled to meet at 3:30, but you walk out the door and you see you have a flat, so you got to wait for AAA. And then you get in the car and it's bumper to bumper. And then a torrential downpour and, there's a leak in your roof and your hair falls flat. And, you forgot the dip you were supposed to bring. And then you show up. And if I say to you, okay, Mako, how was the trip? The clouds cleared and now it's a beautiful sunny day. And you would say, well, Maka, the journey was hard, but it was worth it because I'm here now with you. It was
Yeah.
all worth it, And
It's finding that silver lining. Your mom sounds so remarkable, Uzo. And one thing I loved about your book, it's a love letter to her. I thought it was just so beautiful. And what was the most cathartic part about writing it?
Oh my gosh. I think that knowing that people who maybe have never met her or have only heard glimpses about her or maybe have seen like a couple pictures on my Instagram might get to know the woman that I know and love so dearly that they might understand better the framework that made me, the foundation on which I'm built, the shoulders on which I stand. I think for me, it was really so wonderful. Even, being on this tour, to your first question, one of the most amazing things have been, because my mom, has since moved to heaven, one of the most amazing things has been, and what was cathartic, she feels alive again.
Yes.
When I get to talk about her like this with you, and that's been a joy restored. Because grief is such an interesting pathway, and losing my mom, who was an excellent mother. She wasn't a good mother, she wasn't a great mother, she was excellent. Took that job really seriously. She loved her kid. Grief is nothing but love reflected.
Yeah.
And feeling and that you have those experiences, you have those emotions that are tied to it that are rough ones, frankly, to walk through.
Yeah.
But this experience of getting to talk about her, I kid you not, kid. I only just realized this on Tuesday, like a week ago Tuesday, and I was in a hotel room and I like burst into tears with joy because I felt joy pour back into my heart. Like I
Yes.
felt alive. Like it was because I got to talk about her in this way.
Talk about her. Uzo, I just had Lindsey Vonn, the incredible
Mm.
skier on,
Yeah.
and she had such a relationship with her mom, like you have with yours and I have with mine. But she said the coolest thing her mom said before she passed, talk to me as if I'm here. And you, through your book, are sort of naturally doing that. I just had never heard that before with grief.
Yes, and it really, I love that, and I want to keep talking. I love that, like talking as if she's here, and even I don't know if it's talking in the air or just it gave me a permission to say her name in a way
Yeah.
that I hadn't been doing, and with such joy and excitement. My mom was hilarious, and that's what's so much in the book. Talking about all these funny things she would say to me, and this just encouragement she would give me all the time, and it's just that piece, that encourager, that voice that I was missing, like in the background, just always sort of cheering me on, rooting me on, hugging me. This experience has been one that I could feel her arms, like wrapped around me. And I'm so grateful for that.
In her voice, Uzo, tell me what she would say about you as a mom with your daughter. Like, what would she say?
My mom would say something like, Uzo, well done. You're doing great. Jisike in our language, which means like, keep going, keep it up.
And what would she say about your book and these stories about her?
The same. My mom's highest compliment would be, and I hope I would receive with this, would be, Uzo, well done. Just a thumbs up. And she always pumps the thumbs up. She pumps it like this. It's never just like thumbs up. She's got to put a little sauce on it.
Hey, I like it. I'm going to start doing that now, Uzo. That's going to be my nod to your cute mom. In what ways, Uzo, are you like her? In what ways are you different?
Well, number one, I can talk a lot. I'm like her in that way. Number two, I love family.
Yeah.
She and I are very, very deep in family, immediate and extended. We're strong. We're both very strong women. We guide gently with our friend and advice. It's a soft touch.
I like that combo. The guide gently. That's a wonderful word to add to that.
Yeah, guide gently. And we're both spunky women, I think.
I love a little spunk.
Yeah, we're both spunky women. We're different. I say the number one difference, and it was something that I always admired about my mom and wished that I had more of, frankly, in her. My mom was incredible with forgiveness.
Forgiveness is a big one, Uzo. Easy to say it, really hard to do some way. In what ways? How did you see her do it?
She just did. She was like, when she let something go, she let it go. Like she really just moved on and let people have their grace in that way.
Yes.
And I do not have it to the degree that she had it. Like she can forgive without apology. I think I need apology. She can forgive without apology.
And now a word from our sponsors. Have you heard of Olakai? When I kick off my ridiculous high heels for Access Hollywood, Olakai is my go-to footwear. I found them when I was searching for the best flip-flop that also gives me the greatest support for my high arches, which has been impossible for me to find until now. Olakai is a super cool brand known for their anywhere aloha spirit and Hawaiian roots. They make shoes for every type of occasion. And now this includes the most comfortable and stylish pickleball and golf shoes. Hello. My favorite part is that the heels naturally go down to make every one of their shoes a slide. How genius is that? I promise you will love anything you get from them. And for Coop listeners, free shipping on any order at olakai.com. That's OLUKAI.com. Use code COOP and get your Olakais delivered ASAP to enjoy the summer. Mahalo. Coop Chicks. I am so fired up. I have discovered the most fabulous new female-owned botanical skincare line out of Nashville, Tennessee called Imogene & Co. for company. Using skincare products from natural ingredients is more important to me than ever. And Dr. Allison Brennan, the founder of Imogene & Co., is a trained pharmacist and has formulated products that I have never experienced before. They smell amazing, and her products cleanse, nourish, and hydrate. I seriously have noticed an incredible difference in my skin since using Imogene & Co. I am currently obsessed with their Glow Vitamin C Serum. This is the most potent and natural vitamin C serum I've ever used. It helps build collagen and bye-bye crow's feet. Equally, I really love their Revitalize face oil. I slather it on to start and to end my day. Give Imogene & Co. a try. Go to imogeneandco.com. That's EMOGENEAND co.com and use Coop 20 for 20% off. Ladies, are you like me and have looked everywhere to find your favorite white tee and tank? Well, look no further. I have found them at Aaron Gray. This will be your new go-to favorite white t-shirt brand. Custom designed in my hometown of ATL, Atlanta, and made of pure Pima cotton from Peru. You will never take it off. This pre-wash and pre-shrunk material is exclusive only to Aaron Gray and no annoying tags. How great is that? I am so happy and I feel so good every time I put these on. I have finally found my go-to tee. Aaron Gray is 100% women-owned and operated and gives 10% of profits back to cancer research every year. Go to aarongraydesign.com. That's ERINGRAY design.com. Use code COOP20 for 20% off. And now, back to the Coop. What a gift, Uzo. I think if people always ask those questions, what would your superpower be? What an incredible superpower to truly have that. That just opens your heart. That frees you for your mom to have that. And I can only imagine all the experiences in her life coming to the United States from Nigeria. And to have that, wow, she is a superhero.
Yeah, absolutely.
You read your mom's journals when she passed. Uzo, first of all, what a gift and how wild. Was there anything in there that you were like, okay, Mom, look at you go?
Well, I would say and I was able to put it in the book. My mom had always told me of this love that she had, growing up, but she never married this gentleman. The one man she always thought really, really loved her and who she really loved. And he would come and visit her at school. He had a record player that he had bought her one year for, a birthday or as a gift. And he would come every so often because he went to another school, separate.
Yeah. So this is when she was how old, Uzo? Give me time frame here.
This is like she's in her 20s, early 20s.
And she's in love. Okay. And what happens?
Save up a couple, bucks or whatever and would buy a record and come ride his bike to visit her at school. And they would sit and listen to records and talk. And then he'd ride back to school. And she loved him. And I never knew his name. Never. And she would always say, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And then I would say, that's the one thing. And that one of her journals she was writing about many years later.
We've got to find this man, Uzo. Is he alive?
He's not.
Well, they're in heaven together now.
I know. I do think about that, that he had passed away some years before, but she did know his name is what I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she knew that name. Uzo, she knew that name very well. Wow. What a gift to read those and sort of discover all these other unique parts about your mom. And just the mom stuff is just where my heart is. I love it. And now you're a mom. Uzo, did you always want to be a mother?
Always. I love kids and I I have tons of nieces and nephews, but I always wanted to be one. I always wanted just my own, and that That I have been able to have one has
Right?
truly been the biggest gift. Yeah, I love her so much.
And Uzo, similar to you, I think my number one dream my whole life was to be a mom. And then I knew I wanted to do something creative. But when that's in you, then I felt so blessed that I was able to have children because you never know. And I was up
Yep.
for anything, adoption or anything. I just
Yep.
knew I
Same.
love kids and I wanted that. So when I was lucky enough to be able to carry a baby inside of me, I thought, well, this is a hoot. I mean, that
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. How was your pregnancy?
My pregnancy was okay. First trimester was a rough ride, not gonna lie. Like it was a ride I couldn't get off of, but here we are. But outside of that, it was fine. I would get up every morning. I would take a walk. We didn't know what we were having.
Oh,
And we didn't find out until she was born.
same on me. I love that. There's so few surprises that I really like
Yeah.
doing that.
That's what my brother said. He talked us into it. My little brother, Junior, and I was like, you're right. Because he had kids. He's like, there's a few surprises in life. Why not just have like one real surprise? I was like, fair enough. And so we
Did
did.
you have a feeling, Uzo, of what you were having?
What's funny? Initially, yes, I had a dream that it was a girl. And then I never felt that again. I never, never. It was early too, like maybe 4 months, 5 months, something like that. I want to say 4 months. I had a dream. One time I had a dream. And I remember I was on the phone with my sister-in-law and I was like, it's a girl. And then I never had a dream about a girl again. After that, I kept
I'm
having
gonna go,
dreams
it's a boy.
about boys.
Boy.
And I was like, a boy after that. But I remember the girl dream was so strong. And then I just kept having boy dreams after that. I was like, oh, well, I guess it must be a boy. I guess it must be a boy. And what I didn't know, I'll tell you this, I was totally fine with it being a boy, being a girl. I truly just cared that they were healthy. That was the only thing I
Yes.
cared about. What I didn't know until the doctor said it's a girl is that if, we would hope to have more if we're so blessed. What I didn't know was that I didn't necessarily need this child to be a girl, but I do need a daughter at some
Wow.
point.
What a
I didn't
beautiful way to
know.
think about it.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Like if we had 3 kids, what I didn't know until that moment, it was like, I would prefer not 3 boys. I would need one. I did want a
I'm gonna
daughter.
keep going till I have a daughter.
Yes.
Tell me about her name, Uzo, and what it means.
Her name is Aduba, and it means the daughter of the kingdom, which means she belongs to the father. First granddaughter, which makes her and means the daughter of the people. It means the daughter of the people. So she's the first granddaughter born in the family. She's the first granddaughter on my husband's side. So that's the proper name.
Oh, I love that. Okay, wait, I want to double back to your career because I really think our listeners, Uzo, you and I talked about this when we were together. I love that here you are, you've graduated, you've got all these accolades. We're going to get into you being a classical opera singer, figure skater. Like there's nothing you can't do. You're going to go to law school, you get into acting, you're plugging along, and there comes a moment where you think you're going to stop.
What ended up happening was the day that I quit, and the one and only time I had always, like I said, kept a positive outlook on this business. But then there was just one day where I felt like everything is telling you no, that this is not for you. And you're trying to make something happen that is not yours. You need to go to law school. And that same day that I truly quit was the same day that I got the phone call that I'd been offered a role on a show called Orange is the New Black on this pioneer streaming platform known as Netflix. And that is what changed my life.
And what do you think that is, Uzo? Is it the power of letting go?
I think so. Yeah, because I really truly let go and I didn't have such a grip on, I guess, what I thought it should be, I needed to do. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's letting go and letting God,
Yeah.
and let the way be made. Just sort of enter the stream of my purpose.
Your purpose. Because for our listeners, I think a lot of us, especially women, as soon as you get in your 40s too, and I'm in my 50s, there's different pivots and twists and turns. And sometimes the stuff you're holding on to so tight never happens. It's hard to go to sort of lean in with the flow. But it seems like from the moment you decided, like, okay, universe, I'm seeing this isn't the way I'm supposed to go, then it hit. Okay, so you get Orange is the New Black. You weren't supposed to be Crazy Eyes, were you? Or was that always your role?
No, I wasn't supposed to be the crazy eyes. I auditioned for a part of a track star because I ran track in college and that felt like the right fit. And ended up being offered, not even auditioning, which is like, I don't know if that's a compliment or what, but offered the role the part of crazy.
What did your mom say about this role? What was she saying?
Well, it was funny because when I first started, she asked me, I was like, Mommy, I got a job. And she's like, you did? Congratulations. What is it called? And I was like, it's a show called Orange is the New Black. She's like, where is it? I was like, it's going to be on a platform called Netflix. She's like, oh, and what is it about? And I was like, well, don't worry about it. It's not important.
Don't you worry about that, Mom.
Important. Not important. It's just good. Just don't worry about it.
Think about what a renegade show, Uzo. First of all, being on Netflix. It was the first I subscribed to Netflix because of Orange is the New Black at the time, because I'd heard about this show. Female lead, female driven, female behind the scenes. For you and all the women you're working with in that moment, what did that feel like?
Unbelievable. You can't describe it. Felt like when we were making it before the show came out, it was so thrilling, so exciting, so fresh. I remember reading the pilot and before my audition and falling in love with it. I thought it was just the smartest, coolest thing. And then to make it was so exciting and it felt fresh and everybody was so remarkably gifted on the show. It was just a joy to be on. And then once it came out, it was like being shot out of a cannon, the experience of people watching a show all at the same time, because it all drops at the same time at all different parts of the world, was not anything I had ever seen or experienced before. So the show dropped on a Friday, and then on a Monday, all of a sudden, all these people had been watching you for 13 hours. That wasn't something that I was familiar with because I also had never done anything on television before. So it was so new.
Where's your Emmy?
In my office.
Emmys, I should say. Yes, plural. Yeah. Wait, I got to double back. I forgot you're a track runner in college. I ran at University of North Carolina. We could have been teammates. What did you run? Yes, I ran long distance.
Oh, you look like a long distance. What I'm going to guess. Were you like, 1,000?
Yep.
15?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, the 1,500.
1,500.
Maybe the 1,000. 3,200. Cross country. All of it.
1,500. I wish. I did 100, 200 meters and long jump, high jump. No, I'm 5'4". Long jump.
So we're like the same size. And what about figure skating? Uzo, you're an incredible athlete. So you grew up figure skating?
I've figure skated. Yeah, I figure skated for 10 years before I started running track. I actually ran track because my parents, figure skating's a pricey sport. And because it started to be costly, I had to stop. And that's how I started running track, because my mom was like, well, you can't sit at home all day. You got to find something to do after school. But yeah, I figure skated for 10 years and I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
What's your move? Can you do the triple sow cow spinny leg over the head thing?
No leg over the head thing, but I can do quite a few jumps. And I really just love the speed. And speed. And it's funny we were talking about that because today I was just talking with a friend when I was looking at my daughter. She's quick on the floor. Like, she's still crawling, but she's like quick. And I was like, I can't wait to get a pair of skates on that girl.
Uzo, I love it. Okay, and now you're a classically trained opera singer? Like what?
That's what I went to school for, yeah.
Wait, so you went on a track scholarship / opera singer?
Yes, correct.
You're unbelievable. With a side hustle in figure skating and a theater background. And the smartest one in the class with a law degree. I got to get a t-shirt with all this printed.
You're hilarious. Yeah.
Wow. Do you miss singing? What do you miss about it?
I do miss singing. I get to sing to my daughter, which I love. My mom used to sing to us every single morning this song that's at the front of my book. The lyrics for the words are at the front of my book. And I sing that song now to my daughter. So I do that every morning. And she knows it now, which I love, because that means my mom just lives on with her through that. I love singing. I love the words. I can feel it in my heart, and it feels kind of like flying, I think. I don't know what flying feels like, but what I imagine.
You do, because you've been on the ice. Oh, yeah. That same feeling. Oh, my gosh, Uzo. There's nothing you can't do. Okay. We only have 5 minutes because you got to get that pumpkin carver. Okay. Let's play a quick game, Uzo. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Hello, Coop listeners. This episode of The Coop is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy app. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. I got to tell you, there have been big moments in my life where therapy was really essential in my growth. And what's amazing about BetterHelp is that it's entirely online and designed to be convenient and flexible to suit your schedule. We've all got crazy schedules with work, kids, life, etc. Wouldn't it be amazing to get your therapy when you want it without ever leaving your house? These are licensed therapists, and all you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with the right therapist. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/thecoop and get on your way to being your best self. All Coop listeners will get 10% off their first month. Again, it's betterhelp.com/thecoop, betterhelp.com/thecoop, THECOOP. Here's to BetterHelp. Hey everyone, I'm a jeans girl, and if you're like me, you need to know about Blue Delta jeans. Blue Deltas are custom fit for your body type. You send in your measurements and they custom fit them to you. I've truly never had jeans that fit me this perfectly, and honestly, it's been a game changer. Their easy measurement process to get your custom fit and their unique hand-sewn jeans are the best you can get. You will not believe how great they feel. Blue Delta jeans should be your go-to. I'm completely obsessed with their incredible custom vintage jeans that come in straight and flare styles. Trust me, you will live in them. Go to bluedeltajeans.com and enter the code COOP20 for 20% off your new perfect jeans. And now, back to the coop. True or false, Bryan Adams was your first crush?
Yes, true.
What did you love?
Whoa, no, not that. Brendan Adams. Sorry, Brendan Adams.
I had Bryan Adams.
Brendan Adams.
Who's Brendan
I heard
Adams?
Bryan.
Tell me.
It was like Bryan Adams. I was like the musician. Then I was like, oh, she means Brendan Adams.
Tell me who's Brendan Adams, and I should
Brendan
know.
Adams is an actor who, if you've ever watched the Michael Jackson music video movie Moonwalker, he's the lead kid at playing Michael Jackson. He's like, I can't even describe him. Like, I can. I know his resume because I loved him that much. He also was, if you ever watched Fresh Prince, an episode when Ashley goes on the date where Will has to chaperone and they go mini golfing, like he's the boyfriend.
know it well.
He is the boyfriend.
Now I get it. Now we get it. Okay, the coop over here.
He's my very, 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 very first like little girl schoolyard crush, followed quickly by JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who is second.
Oh my gosh, the hair of both of them. Well, if you can have seen us blaring Bryan Adams over here for you, Uzo, we're like, should we play with that come in song? That would have been funny. Uzo, what's your favorite vice?
Oh, favorite vice. I mean, I love a sour cream and onion Pringle. I will never turn it down, ever.
Ever. The green box.
Green, the classic.
The green cylinder. It's not even a box. Yeah.
Yep.
Favorite body part?
My arm.
Ooh,
or my lip. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My arm.
Mm-hmm.
My arm.
What's in your bedside drawer?
What's in my bedside drawer? Right now, Atomic Habits. The book Atomic Habits.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Last time you were on ice skates?
The last time I was on ice skates was Christmas 2022.
So
21?
recently.
Yeah,
Ish?
22,
Yeah.
21. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Like riding a bike?
Yeah, but I wasn't really skating.
What makes you laugh at yourself?
What makes me laugh at myself? I mean, so many things.
You're the
When
best
I start
laugh, Joe.
making like random like words and songs like up, just like I don't know, like random words, or if I'm like sometimes I'll be talking to myself, like having like full on like thinking through something, and then I'll be like, I'll stop, I'll be like, who are you talking to?
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Absolutely, it's a duet with my sister Chi Chi, Wilson Phillips. Hold on.
Oh, gold, pure gold. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Weirdest thing in your purse, Uzo. As a mom, and especially your daughter's age, you gotta have some weird stuff in there. Oh, she's getting her purse, everybody.
Weirdest. Yeah, here's
Please
one.
tell
I
us.
have nail glue. I don't know if that's weird.
We'll
Nail
take it.
glue. Yeah, that's like the weirdest thing right now that I can see.
You're so cute. Uzo, fill in this blank. Aging is what?
A gift and something we should all embrace. I remember, I still have, of course, this email that I love pulling up on my birthday. And I was turning 27 at the time, I believe. And my mom sent me this email and she was, rattling off a bunch of different things. And then at the end, she was like, and tomorrow is your special day. It's your birthday. And you're continuing to get older and closer to 30, which here, some people celebrate, don't celebrate. She said, I hope tomorrow you celebrate it with pride and with energy and in the way that our culture, we embrace aging. And remember, you have that power, that blood in your veins, your mommy's blood, I remember loving that always, the celebration of getting older. So aging is a gift.
I agree. Was there anything cut from your book, Uzo, that we could look forward to hearing later? Any big story, any nuggets you're holding on to?
That might be in the next book.
Oh, hold that. That's a teaser. That's what we call it, teaser. And final question, Uzo, and I just can't thank you enough. What makes you happy?
My family and all the dreams I get to pursue. I am so joyful that so many amazing things have come into my life, crossed my path, gotten to experience. I'm so grateful and thankful for that and know that there is still so much more yet to come. And I'm so, 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 so happy to know that I have gotten to do those things with so many members of my family and people that I love and friends and get to have these experiences. Couldn't ask for more.
Uzo, keep spreading that joy. I can't wait to see what's next for you. As your older, wiser friend over here, I'm telling you, you haven't even hit your stride. I cannot wait to see everything. And just thank you. And text me to let me know that you got the pumpkin carving okay. Let's talk practical stuff. Get in that Home Depot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Uzo. Thanks for everything, my love.
Love y'all.
Harper, we have to laugh. That was our first guest that did the whole interview in her car, which I loved. What mom is not multitasking? She had to get to Home Depot to buy that pumpkin kit.
Yeah, she did. She goes, hold on, let me pull over.
Isn't that the best? Yeah. What was your biggest takeaway from the interview?
When she spoke of forgiveness.
Her mother's biggest trait.
Yes. So she was talking about, I think it was what was the things that's the same as her mom and things that are different. And the fact that her mom just forgives. That is so powerful.
Powerful. It's one of those things, Harper, you can say it, but it's hard to do. Mm-hmm. I'm always asking these silly interviews. Everybody says, well, if you had a superpower, what would you like it to be? Wouldn't that be the greatest superpower? To be able to effortlessly, I hope we're good at it, but to truly forgive, to always set yourself free. Yeah. What a gift. By the way she talked about her mom, I'm seeing a theme with our podcast. We just saw it with Lindsey Vonn, kind of a love letter to her mother. Yeah. I am so inspired and moved by these mother-daughter connection.
And she feels like her mom's alive again in the journey of writing this book and reading her mom's journals. That was fascinating.
Wait, what about the mom had the guy that she always loved?
Oh my God.
That's got to be made into a movie. I love that.
God, go mom.
Go mom.
The fact that she feels like she's alive again and she felt flooded with joy of having her mom in her and hearing her voice and talking to her. And it really almost made me cry. I mean, it's just so beautiful to have a project that allows you to go there.
And you're right. It's the word she uses, flooded with joy. So it wasn't like I just felt her. She was overcome with that feeling of her mom. I loved too when she would talk about it in her mom's accent.
Oh my God.
And think about, honestly, for her mom, what that must have been like to move to that suburb. Uzo had no representation growing up. Nobody around her looked like her. And she seemed to have found her place, but that must have been incredibly difficult.
And when Uzo wanted to change her name, I think it was to Zoe, that her mom was saying, nope. If they learn to say, I'm not going to try the accent, Tchaikovsky, they're going to learn to say Uzo.
Gosh, I love her mom.
So badass.
I love it. And now she's a mom herself. And I just think of all those traditions that will be passed down to her daughter.
And she knows her mom would tell her, well done.
Well done. And the way she would say that, oh my gosh, I love that.
Well done.
Well done. What about Uzo being a classically trained opera singer slash figure skater.
Slash track star.
Track star.
Yeah,
Forgot she was a track star in college.
I mean, those are literally like Halloween costumes, not something that people would excel in on every single level in just the earlier years. I mean.
The other thing that you and I really took from the interview, or at least I think we both did, is we've all been in those moments in our life where we sort of think like, okay, this has run its course. She's like, the universe has told me this isn't it, Uzo. It's time for the next thing, like this acting thing. Yeah. And then Orange is the New Black hit, Crazy Eyes hit. I just love that moment. It's sort of like stay with with it. Listen to the signs, but sort of don't give up.
Well, and you said it, almost when you release it.
Release it.
When you release it, it will come back, and it'll come back in just the right way.
It's so true. I feel like sometimes I always say, like, loosen the grip on the bat. And whenever I hold on too tight, you don't get a hit, right? Loosen the grip on the bat and things will come.
And the universe will show up.
It'll show up. All right. Well, Uzo better send us a picture of that pumpkin carving.
I'm sure she did it well done.
That's great. Well, thanks, Uzo. I hope you guys liked that as much as we did. We'll see you next time in the Coop. Thank you for joining us, my chickens. If you like this episode, please give us a 5-star rating, drop in a great review, and tag us at The Coop with Kit Hoover. As well, you can follow us on social media at The Coop with Kit Hoover for behind-the-scenes content and updates. We will see you next time in The Coop. And remember, as my mom Bug always says, life is not a dress rehearsal. Make it count. Today's episode was produced by me, Kit Hoover, and Harper McDonald. Business development by Casey Ladd, and a special thank you to all of our sponsors.